welcome to Two Beer Minimum with Liz and Cakez.
I'm Liz.
I'm Cakez.
This is the beer.
This is the beer. We're here to talk to you about beer education through Shenanigans, which we're going to drink the beer, there's going to be shenanigans, and you're going to be educated. So hold on to your bar stools, your couch cushion, or your bathtub. Yeah, maybe your bathtub. Maybe you're sitting in your bathtub enjoying this with some beer soap. We know somebody for that.
We do.
Email us later. So we're here to educate you. And you want to know what makes us qualified to be super awesome beer chicks?
What does make us qualified to be super awesome beer chicks, Cakez?
Well, one, we're pub keeps. We work for Wooden Legs Brewing Company in Brookings, South Dakota. So we are educated. We are both Cicerone certified beer servers. And this brewery houses the single most wonderful female certified Cicerone in the state of South Dakota. So if you haven't been here, you're missing out. Ladies, get over here. Girl power. We've got it all. The 3 Bs, boobs, beer, and bullshit. So come on in. As people are coming in. It's going to be a live audience today.
All right, so...
What else makes us awesome? What makes us super awesome girls who love beer?
Well, what makes us super awesome? First off, for me, I've loved beer for a really long time. I've loved all of it, like the domestics to like the super heavy stouts. Like this is a coffee stout that I'm drinking right now, which is super delicious. Yeah, I just drink it all.
I like a little of everything. You know, I grew up going to Cakez, and we all know what comes in kegs. It's not great. And then I traveled overseas and had a real pint of Guinness, and it was delicious and fabulous and sweet and a little frothy and a little roasty, but it wasn't as heavy. It wasn't scary. It wasn't all those things I thought dark beer was. And so I turned over a new leaf, and I've come to the craft beer world never to return to the other side.
What's the other side?
I don't know what's on the other side. I can't remember. I've had too much beer since then.
That was many beers ago,
That was prior to the 2 beer minimum. So our show, 2 beer minimum, really means that we have to have 2 beers.
2 beers.
2 beers prior to getting on air. So these are actually our 3rd and 4th
these are
beers. So we're going to talk to you about the difference between a bar and a brew pub.
The differences between a bar and a brew pub. First off, I love both equally. I actually equally love both, so no matter what I say, I'm not dissing on bars. Bars
or brew pubs.
Or brew pubs, yeah. Both have seen many different versions of Drunk Liz.
Because we all have different personalities. There's drunk
really
cakes who might need a bar sometimes, and then there's drunk cakes that might just need a brew pub.
Exactly. Okay, so let's start with bars. Bars are kind of what we all typically think of when that word comes to mind. A bar is where you find all the different varieties of liquor, some maybe domestic to somewhat craft beery beers. It's where you're going to find your whiskey. We love our whiskey.
Love the whiskey.
It's where you're going to find your shots, all the different variants of that.
Your vodkas, your tequilas. I love tequila.
Yeah, I don't. Because tequila makes me feisty. And your gin.
No gin.
We
do not advise putting pine needles or pine needle juice in your mouth.
But I will say, if you like gin, then more power to you. Everybody has their own things. I just don't like drinking Pine Sol.
No, I clean my floors with that, not your mouth.
Exactly.
Not your mouth.
So that kind of gives you an idea of a bar. Obviously, there's a different variety of bars. You're going to have like your high-class hotel bars. You're going to have your dive bars, which is where you would find me. Love my dive bars.
I like my high-end bars.
Well, I mean, it's where you're going to find a good, like,
that's where you
Manhattan
get those
or something,
fancy cocktails.
Yeah.
I like a little cock and tail.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like a good old-fashioned, but...
Yeah, good old-fashioned.
Right? Like a good old-fashioned is
good
where
old-fashioned. Yeah. Okay. Back to the beer.
We've sidetracked.
We digress as we drink.
Anyway. So, as we were discussing, bars are what we typically think of when we think of a place to go get your drunk on, or even your cocktail on. A brew pub, however, is this special niche, but not niche, or niche, however you want to say it, place where you find just this amazing variety of beer.
And people.
And usually local beer, or more likely than anything else, beer that was brewed in-house. And that's awesome. Like,
We brew ours in-house.
If you can look like to one direction or the other and be like, hey, 20 feet away from me, that's where this beer that I'm drinking right now was brewed. That's pretty cool.
That's what we're doing. We can look at the brew tanks from where we're sitting right now.
And then this beer was brewed, I don't know, feet, yards away from us. I was there to watch them brew it.
We get to watch it like a young child coming into its own.
It's true.
It goes through the entire process until it comes on tap, and we get to enjoy it thoroughly.
Mm-hmm.
That sounded maybe pedophile-ish. That's not the way that was supposed to come out. We enjoy our beer. We like to watch it grow, like plants, like barley.
And then we kill it and we eat it. Or drink it.
I'm not sure if that got better.
It didn't. It didn't. But that's okay.
But hoorah, bazinga. Here we go. So, with that being said, the other thing, me having the nickname of Cakez, I really, really enjoy cooking and baking and food in general. And so I find that brew pubs have a wider variety of noshing experiences.
Noshing? Wow, you're really like pulling that writer
Yeah,
out of you.
that writer in me.
She's a writer, like paid for a magazine. It's awesome.
And I'm here with you drinking beer. Yeah, writing's awesome. So I like to go to a brew pub because not only can I have really great craft beer, usually that's brewed very close to that particular tap room, but also because the food seems to be so much better. There's either like specialty pizzas, sandwiches, pub pretzels. I've gone places that, depending on what city you're in, you can walk out the back door and have a specialty food truck that night, which is awesome. I've had the best grilled cheese of my life in the back alley of a brew pub.
Oh my God, the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota are the best for that.
Agreed. Whereas in a regular bar, you can get your bar nuts, you can get maybe your beef jerkies, a bag of chips, something like that, or the standard popcorn machine. You don't know who and everyone's had their dirty hands in that crap, but you're so drunk and hungry, you're going to eat it anyway.
I'm sober and I still eat it. I'm not sober now, but there's certain times when I'm sober and I still eat it.
Yeah, we get hungry. There's that. If I want to go out, I want my beer and my food to be on par. And so I prefer the brew pub, and I enjoy the atmosphere. I like the variety of people a little more. I think when you go to a bar, you're very into your own circle, whereas a brew pub is more, open, family-oriented. People will start conversations with other people a lot more readily.
Absolutely. I've met so many amazing people in brew pubs, especially working here at Wooden Legs Brewing Company in Brookings. I've met so many awesome, fantastic people that I never would have met otherwise.
I agree. We have business people that come through town. Being a pub cape is super fun. You get to hear everybody's story, and in turn, you're adding to your own story. So I have a great time.
Absolutely. So that is, in fact, the difference between a bar and a brew pub, both which I love, both which I will go to readily, but brew pubs is kind of where my heart is these days.
Yeah, mine too. So in our brew pub, our local brew pub here at Wooden Legs Brewing Company, we have some great events coming up, and the next great event is our Irish breakfast, which makes me super giddy. We're getting ready for St. Paddy's Day. That's double D St. Paddy's Day for all of you out there. For Irish breakfast, this is going to be our third year doing Irish breakfast. We get a bunch of amazing meats. Please, I'm sorry, vegetarians, but the best meats that you can get your mouth on. Flown in direct from New York, a great Irish butcher. We've got bangers, rashers, hashers, white pudding, black pudding. We're going to have eggs. We're going to have fresh baked bread for toast. We're going to have some mushrooms and tomatoes, and we're going to have this beer right here.
This beer.
The 353 Stout on tap. It's already on tap. That's why we're drinking it. 353 is the area code for Ireland. And this is one of the flagship beers here at Wooden Legs Brewing Company. It is a sweet stout. It's super awesome because everything is like having coffee with your Irish breakfast in the morning. So if you haven't ever hit an Irish breakfast, please come with your appetite and your neighbor's appetite because you're going to need it. It's a huge plate. of food. Plus, you're going to put some beer on top of that to fill in any of cracks and crevices that aren't already full in your stomach. And you're going to leave happy, and you're going to sleep pretty much the rest of the day, and it's going to be the best.
I'm super excited. I've actually never done an Irish breakfast before. And they told me that I need to just drink all the beer, eat all the food, and not put like any restrictions on myself. And I'm not going to.
St. Patty's Day is not for restrictions. It's for fun, and it's for shenanigans.
Absolutely.
Shenanigans.
What else do you do on St. Patty's Day but shenanigans?
So here we are, 2 beer minimum. We have to have 2 beers to get started. We are on our 3rd and 4th beers, so we're going to have a little beer chat with you. What have you had already today, Liz?
I have had a mix of things today, like running the gambit
like
today.
hot sauce and her bag swag type of mix.
I don't know what that means.
Beyonce doesn't either, but she still sings it.
Anyway, beer. Today I started with, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't discriminate against beers, no matter what you like to drink. My first beer of the day was a Keystone Light. Yes, that's right, folks.
That's right. My parents love that.
That's like, super domestic, super light, almost like water beer, but I drank it and I loved it, and it goes really well with food. I then went to the Jackalope, which is a beer brewed here at Wooden Legs Brewing Company in Brookings again, and it is a smoked cream ale, so it's going to be a much, much lighter beer, followed by this like super smoky finish. It's just like, it's an amazing little surprise of a beer because you're drinking it and it's light, and then all of a sudden, wham, it's like smoke in your face. Following that, I drank the Omaha Brickways Coffee Vanilla Stout.
Delicious.
Sweet Lord, if you like coffee, you need to drink this beer. Because even if you don't like beer, this tastes like a vanilla mocha iced coffee in a can. But
It's
it gets
lovely.
you drunk. But it gets you
Any
drunk.
time of day, it is lovely.
Yep.
It's just lovely.
Absolutely. And then the 353, which we've talked about already, is my 4th beer of the day.
Awesome. And so for you out there that might homebrew or be in cahoots with a brewery, own a brewery, any of that, if you want us to review your beer, we would love to drink it and we would love to talk about it. So we're going to give you that information in the end. Just let us know. We would be happy to do that for you. We like to drink beer. We like to review beer because we're 2 awesome chicks who love beer. So for me today, I was kind of playing catch up. I had some stuff to do this morning. I went out to lunch with a friend, and so when I got here, I hit it hard with a 10%er of Old Curmudgeon Old Ale. I love it. I mean, it's got a little bit of Belgian funk. It's got, that kind of little bit of lager malt to it. I really enjoy it. Plus, it's a big, heavy beer. So I had 2 of those in a row. That's how we roll around here. So for my 3rd beer, I'm having this lovely dark Singularity, which is a coconut stout. It is very, very smooth. This is nothing to be scared of. Think sitting on the beach in Hawaii, because it's got a little bit of nut in the front and it's got a whole lot of that sweet coconut finish in the back. It's just so smooth. Like, you could have this with everything. It's like dessert beer. It really is. It's like dessert beer without being too sweet that you couldn't have 2 or 3. And then of course we've got the 353. 353. I have got to get on this one a little bit more. So
She needs to catch up.
need to catch up on this one because Liz is taking me out.
That's what happens when I drink a light beer and she drinks a 10% alcohol beer.
Fact. But what we want is your questions. We want to answer your questions from a pubkeep point of view, from a female point of view, from a beer lover's point of view, whatever you want to know. Send us your questions. We are at 2 beers at woodenlegsbrewing.com. It's all spelled out.
It's going to be in the description below.
It'll be in the description below. 2 beers at woodenlegsbrewing.com. What else do we have to say?
You know what? We probably need to talk about the fact that, I don't know, I kind of spaced for a second there. But
2 beer minimum.
But any questions
2 beer
you have,
minimum.
any lifestyle questions too, not just beer. Remember, she's an awesome cook, an awesome writer. Who didn't even discuss my credentials, a theater person who actually studies video game design.
Thespian.
So if you like that,
video games.
just let
I'm
us
turned
know.
on. 2 beer minimum.
Okay. We will see you at the pub, folks.
We'll see you at the pub.